Hello, history buffs, time travelers, and scholars. Let's uncover 15 of the most incredible and mysterious finds that truly exist. The Antikythera Mechanism. The Antikythera Mechanism is one of the most fascinating discoveries in history. It was found in 1901 by sponge divers off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera, inside an ancient shipwreck. This strange, rusted object looked like a simple chunk of metal at first, but scientists soon realized it was far more special. It is believed to be a mechanical analog computer created by ancient Greeks over 2,000 years ago, around 100 BC. The device was made up of dozens of bronze gears, similar to those in a modern clock, but much more advanced for its time. These gears work together to predict astronomical events, such as eclipses, moon phases, and the positions of planets like Mars and Venus. This shows that ancient Greeks had a deep understanding of astronomy and mathematics. One of the most incredible things about the Antikythera mechanism is its complexity. For many years, it was thought that technology like this didn't exist until over 1,000 years later. It had a dial system with different pointers, and when you turned a crank, the gears inside moved to display various astronomical data. It's sometimes called the world's first computer because of the way it could calculate so many things. The Antikythera mechanism continues to amaze scientists today as they study its fragments with modern technology like X-rays to learn more about how it worked. The Metal Detector. The first time James Hyatt and his father went out with a metal detector was a day they would never forget. It was 2009, and James was only 3 years old. They decided to explore a field in Hockley, Essex, England. Within minutes of switching on the metal detector, James made an extraordinary find, something that most archaeologists spend their entire careers dreaming of. He unearthed a 500-year-old solid gold locket. The locket, believed to have once held a holy relic, and its design is deeply symbolic. The front of the pendant is beautifully engraved with an image of the Virgin Mary, while the back is carved with representations of Christ's 5 wounds, a powerful symbol in Christian history. Although the back of the locket once slid open to hold a small object, centuries of being buried in the ground have sealed it shut forever. In the UK, when someone finds a historical treasure, the law requires that the value of any sale must be shared between the person who discovered it and the landowner. Sometimes the Crown claims the treasure for itself. Fortunately for James and his family, this particular locket wasn't claimed as treasure, and they were able to sell it to the British Museum. The final sale price came close to $4,000, making it a happy ending for the young treasure hunter. The Baghdad Battery. The Baghdad Battery is a mysterious ancient artifact that has puzzled scientists for years. Discovered near Baghdad, Iraq. In 1938, it dates back to around 200 BC to 200 AD. The artifact consists of a clay jar with a copper cylinder inside and an iron rod in the center. When archaeologists found it, they were baffled by its possible use. Many believe it could have been an early form of a galvanic cell or a simple battery, which is why it's commonly called the Baghdad Battery. What makes this find so intriguing is that, if true, it suggests that ancient people may have understood basic principles of electrochemistry long before modern batteries were invented in the 1800s. By filling the jar with an acidic liquid, such as vinegar or grape juice, it could have generated a small electrical charge. Some theorists suggest that this ancient battery might have been used for electroplating, coating metal objects with gold or silver, or for some unknown religious or medicinal purpose. The ancient eye, medicine. Today, if you have eye problems, you can go to an optician for help, but 2,100 years ago in the Roman Empire, things were different. People used a beeswax mixture, like a thick paste, which they applied to their lower eyelids and hoped it would work. This old eye medicine was discovered in the wreckage of a merchant ship that sank near Tuscany 2,100 years ago. The wreck was found in 1974, but it took until 1989 to explore it fully, and not until 2019 did scientists finally figure out the purpose of some strange, loaf-shaped gray tablets found in circular tin boxes. They now believe these tablets were a type of eye medicine. The mixture contained beeswax, pine resin, and other minerals, similar to ingredients listed in ancient eye treatment recipes by Pliny the Elder. The Latin word for eye wash, cerium, comes from a Greek term meaning small round loaves, which is fitting since the tablets looked like little loaves. But would they have actually helped your eyes? Probably not. The Perirace Map. The Perirace Map, created in 1513, is one of the most controversial maps in history. It was drawn by an Ottoman admiral named Perirace, who was known for his skills in navigation and cartography. The map shows parts of Europe, Africa, and South America with incredible accuracy for its time. But what makes the Perirace Map so mysterious is that it seems to show Antarctica, specifically a portion of Antarctica that is ice-free. Antarctica wasn't officially discovered until the early 1800s, and even then, it was covered in ice. However, on the Perirace Map, this part of the continent is depicted as if it were a landmass with rivers and mountains, as though it had no ice. Some researchers believe this means the map is based on much older source maps, possibly from a lost ancient civilization that saw Antarctica before it was covered in ice. The map also raises questions about how Perirace could have known such precise details about coastlines and geographical features long before the age of satellites or modern exploration. Scholars have suggested that the map may have been compiled from ancient texts or maps passed down through generations. The human hands. In 2012, a discovery in Avaris, Egypt, confirmed the truth of a practice that was once thought to be a myth. Archaeologists found 16 human hands in 4 pits near what is believed to be an ancient throne room. Curiously, all the hands were right hands, no left hands were found. These hands are about 3,600 years old, dating back to when the Hyksos people ruled part of Egypt near Tel el-Dabai. King Cant was the ruler at the time, and it is believed that the hands were given as a tribute to him. Some historical records suggest that severed hands were offered to the king in exchange for gold. However, the hands likely did not belong to those presenting them, but rather to enemies of the king, cut off by soldiers. These enemies could have been Egyptians, or others from the Levant. Interestingly, no records of this practice exist in the original Hyksos homeland of northern Canaan, so they may have adopted this gruesome custom after arriving in Egypt. The treasure discovery. In the United Kingdom, treasure discovery laws state that any valuable finds by amateur or professional archaeologists usually belong to the Crown. However, you can buy your discoveries back for a price. The island of Jersey did just that in December 2021 when it purchased the largest hoard of Iron Age coins ever found, paying £4 million to the Queen at the time. The money came from funds seized from criminals. The hoard contained 69,347 coins discovered under a hedge in Jersey, and was originally estimated to be worth £1 million. It seems the Queen sold the 2,000-year-old collection at a bargain price, now known as the Lacatillon II hoard. The coins will remain in Jersey, under the care of Jersey Heritage. Authorities there view the hoard as a crucial part of the island's cultural history, offering valuable insights into life on Jersey 2,000 years ago. The crystal skulls. The crystal skulls are a collection of skull-shaped objects carved from quartz crystal, and they have sparked intrigue and mystery for decades. These skulls vary in size, with some being life-sized and others much larger. They were first discovered in the 19th century, and most of them are thought to have originated in Central or South America. The most famous among them is the one displayed in the British Museum, which was reportedly brought to light by an archaeologist named Frederick Mitchell Hedges in the 1920s. What makes these skulls particularly interesting is the precision with which they were carved. Some researchers have suggested that the craftsmanship is so advanced that it seems beyond the capabilities of ancient peoples. This has led to various theories, including the idea that they may have been created using lost ancient technology or even by extraterrestrial beings. Additionally, some believe that the skulls possess mystical powers, claiming they can enhance psychic abilities or provide healing energy. The Sardinian Giants of Monte Prama. The Sardinian Giants of Monte Prama are a series of ancient statues discovered in 1974 in the region of Sardinia, Italy. These remarkable stone figures date back to the 8th century BC and are believed to represent warriors, archers, and possibly gods from a long-lost civilization. Standing several feet tall, the statues are carved from local granite and are notable for their detailed features and imposing size. What makes these statues particularly intriguing is their cultural significance and the mystery surrounding the civilization that created them. The giants are thought to be part of a funerary complex, suggesting that they may have been erected to honor important individuals or deities. The Thevoyich Manuscript. The Thevoyich Manuscript is one of the most mysterious books in the world. Discovered in 1912 by rare book dealer Wilfrid Voynich, this medieval manuscript is written in an unknown script that has baffled scholars for over a century. The text is filled with illustrations, including strange plants, astronomical diagrams, and naked figures in a variety of unusual poses. The manuscript's origins are believed to date back to the early 15th century, and it is thought to have been created in Italy. What makes the Thevoyich Manuscript so fascinating is that no one has been able to decode the text. Many experts have tried using various techniques, including statistical analysis and computer algorithms, but none have succeeded. Some believe that the manuscript is a hoax, created to confuse and mislead readers. Others think it may hold genuine knowledge, possibly related to herbal medicine, astronomy, or alchemy. The manuscript's beautiful illustrations add to its allure, depicting fantastical plants that do not match any known species, which has led some to speculate that the author may have had access to unknown botanical knowledge. The Mayan Calendar. In 2001, archaeologists discovered a lost Mayan city called El Mirador in the jungles of Guatemala. Within this city stands a pyramid known as Las Pinturas, famous for its beautiful, brightly colored murals inside the first chamber. A recent study of Las Pinturas revealed fragments of 2 murals believed to contain the oldest known example of the Mayan calendar. The Mayans had a unique way of organizing time and believed they had calculated the year the world would end. Luckily, they were mistaken, as the year they predicted was 2012, which has come and gone. The calendar fragments date back to the early Maya period, around 2,200 years ago. Known as the Tzolk'in, this calendar divides the year into 260 days, roughly matching the human gestation period. Instead of specific names for the months or weeks, the calendar uses more abstract names like 7 Deer, 8 Star, and 9 Jade. These 260-day cycles were grouped into sets of 52, known as the calendar round. Although we still don't understand much about the ritual significance of the Mayan calendar, discoveries like this help us learn more about it. The Bridge of a Lyre. Almost every piece of guitar music you've ever heard may trace its roots back to a remarkable artifact found in 2012 inside the High Pasture Cave on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. This artifact is a piece of carved wood with notches for strings, identified as the Bridge of a Lyre, the oldest lyre ever discovered in Europe. Archaeologists believe it is between 2,400 and 2,500 years old. The lyre is considered the first known stringed instrument and can be seen as the ancient ancestor of the guitar. Near the lyre fragment, archaeologists also found small pieces of antlers and bones, which might have been used as tuning pegs. Typically, wooden artifacts like this one decay before they can be discovered, but the unique conditions deep within the Scottish cave helped preserve it well. The mysterious Library of Asherbanipal. The Library of Asherbanipal is a remarkable ancient treasure, often considered one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in the history of Mesopotamia. Discovered in the mid-19th century in the ruins of Nineveh, which is in modern-day Iraq, the library belonged to King Asherbanipal, who ruled the Assyrian Empire from 668 to 627 BC. This vast collection contains over 30,000 clay tablets, written in cuneiform, the world's earliest known writing system. What makes this library so extraordinary is the wide range of texts it houses. It includes literature, historical records, religious texts, administrative documents, and scientific treatises. Among the most famous works found in the library is the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature, which explores themes of friendship, mortality, and the quest for eternal life. Other notable texts include medical recipes, agricultural guidelines, and even mathematics, showcasing the advanced knowledge of the ancient Assyrians. The strange case of the phantom time hypothesis. The phantom time hypothesis is one of the most bizarre and controversial theories regarding historical timelines. Proposed by German historian Heribert Illig in the 1990s, this hypothesis suggests that a significant portion of history, specifically the early Middle Ages, did not occur as recorded. According to Illig, about 300 years of history, specifically from AD 614 to 911, were fabricated. He claims that this missing time was created to align historical events and rulers with the Gregorian calendar. Illig argues that this manipulation was orchestrated by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III and Pope Sylvester II, who wanted to elevate their status and legitimacy by inventing a glorious past. They allegedly created false documents and manipulated existing ones to fabricate a lineage that would justify their rule and connect them to ancient Rome. Thank you for exploring these incredible and mysterious finds with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of history and beyond.